Hello everyone, welcome in. Today I just wanted to talk about a few things that I think you should learn before starting your freestyle, before tackling your freestyle. Now these are just going to be building blocks to get to it, okay? And it's going to make it much easier when you learn the freestyle, when you start doing it, okay? So the four things that I'm going to talk about today are floating, kicking, streamline, and your backstroke. Okay, so let's get started with the floating. Okay, so with floating, okay, I talked about it last video. I'm gonna put another video up of me floating here. Now just notice my head position and my tummy. Okay, so when you're floating on your back or your front, you want to have a nice straight body with a little arch around the tummy area. That's just going to help your center of buoyancy keep you up. Okay, so another useful tip as well when you're floating, breathe in as much air as you can. Your lungs are like life jackets, they will keep you up and they'll make it easier. Okay, we don't all have very good bones density wise as well, so others will find this easier than others. Others may find this very, very hard. Some people find this extremely difficult, but I think as long as you get the body positioning right, it will help you a lot. Okay? Now, as you can see, I do these funky little hand things right here and this chin thing right here. And why do I do those? Well, it's because most adults, me included, can't keep their legs up when they're floating. You can keep your upper body up, but not your legs. They just start sinking. So those little hands, they act as a counterbalance. The hands is the ones that I use personally, but the chin one also works. Find which one works for you because most people, you know, not most people, but some people might not like the hands. Some people might not like um, the chin. Most people will find one or the other. Okay. Now we'll move on to the kicking. So when I see kicking, I normally see very little kicks when people start, and then eventually very, very big kicks. Okay. So for the little ones, please practice it. Okay. If you do very little kicks, you're not going to get anywhere, and you're only going to use your calves in the kick, which is not good. Okay. We want to use our thighs, they're more powerful. And that's just by starting the kick from your hips. Okay. And really getting deeper into the water. You don't want to get too deep. If you feel the weight of the water when you're coming up on the kick, you're going too deep. But if it still feels easy and you're getting nice and deep, you're at a good point. A common misconception is that the freestyle and backstroke kicks are the same. They're actually not, okay? And I'll show you why. Okay. Here's a pretty good point. This is my freestyle kick. Now you see, I kind of have a little bend. I'm not completely straight. I would suggest when you start, have a nice straight kick when you're doing it. That's a good starting point, and eventually start getting your bend into it. But that's for the freestyle kick. Okay, now look at my backstroke kick. Let me just go back a little bit. There's my leg, and I'm there. I've still kind of got a little bit of a bend, but really, a good kick is nice and straight, okay? And you're pushing up against the water. Now, with a freestyle kick, it's pretty much mandatory that you get your feet up. Now, not too much. A lot of people like to go up to their knees out of the water. That's not good. Try max get out your ankles, maximum your ankles out of the water. I say personally to my students, half your foot. But that's me, okay? If you want to go up to your ankles, that's completely fine. If you don't know the difference, just make sure you don't bring your ankles above the water, okay? And you'll be fine like that. Now, why do I say it's not mandatory for backstroke kicks? Well, you're pushing up against the water. So as long as you get that ripple effect above the water, you'll be fine. If you want to splash on your backstroke kicks, probably better, okay? But that's quite hard, Okay, or not quite hard, but even me, I don't really kick that much, splash that much on the backstroke kicks. I'm more focused on that little ripple kind of thing, trying to propel myself. Okay, but it's not that big of a deal though. Okay, and that's just the kick. Please, if you want to practice it, get a board. Okay, and just go around, do laps of the pool. Feel what's working when I'm doing it. What do I feel my legs doing? Go do legs to the pool. Do you feel your calves in it? Oh, that's probably not a good sign. But do you feel your thighs in it? That's great. You're doing it good. You're using your thighs. That's what you want to use. Okay, so have a feel. I can't teach you from the screen fully the perfect technique. You've got to teach it yourself, and it's by feeling the kick. So feel the thighs in the kick, and you'll do it well. And next up is a streamline. Now, the streamline is this position. Okay? So, arms right behind your ears, squeezing till your head cracks open like an egg. Sorry, my cat's right there. She's licking herself right now. Hope you got a good view. But yeah, the streamline is really good because it's going to show you how to move through the water, okay? Now, why is that? Well, and how does it work? Sorry. Let's take this little page right here. Now look it through this hole. What's going to be easy to get through this hole? This pin right here. So let me pick it up. This pin right here or this bottle? Well, the pin's going to be easier. This bottle's not going to fit through. Pin's going to be way easier. And this is like you in the water. If you look like this, okay, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you look like a pin, you're going to move through the water much easily. A good way to practice this is get into that position and push off the wall. That's all you have to do, and you'll see how you move through the water and eventually start incorporating a kick into it, or go on your back and do this. That's a great exercise. That's probably one of the best ones to do. Kicking on your back with a streamline is one of the best ones to do, okay? And it'll really teach you how to move through the water, and you'll move much more smoothly, and you'll learn how to do it a lot better, okay? And practice your streamline. Now, you might be confused as to why I said to do your backstroke before you even do your freestyle. Well, that's because backstroke's going to teach you good body positioning. You cannot do a good backstroke without first learning to get a good body positioning. But you can sort of half do a freestyle without it, but it's going to, be very hard. It's not going to look good, and it's not going to be a good freestyle either. Okay? So if you can learn how to do your backstroke right, it's going to be very easy to learn your freestyle. Now, how do I do a backstroke? Well, here's a video of me doing it. I'm not that great at it, but you can definitely take some things from it. The main thing is my body positioning. I'm nice and straight. My hips are at the top of the water. I've got a nice little kick there, and my pull and my stroke in particular is like so. Ooh, my pin just fell. I'll get that in a second. Now, so arms brushing against the ears, not out here, through the ears. A lot of people will say chop off your ears. Now, what you want to focus on as well is to get the pinky in first, or the thumb. Preferably the pinky, because that sets you up for a nice little pull. Now, when you're learning the pull, the underwater part of the stroke, okay, I would use straight arms to start off with. Completely straight arms. Same as with the freestyle, but we'll get onto that in the next video. Okay, so do a nice straight arm pull with your backstroke, and it's a great way to first start. You can eventually go into the bent arm pull, and they'll make it even better. Okay, and just keep practicing that, and trust me, it'll be so much easier once you get onto the freestyle. But if you don't know how to do these 4 things, okay, what I'll commonly see adults do is struggle with their breath, okay, which these things don't really help that. You'll learn that at another time. I'll probably make a video on that at sometime in the near future, okay? but they'll also struggle with keeping their legs up, which happens to be the body positioning that I've told you today. So a lot of adults won't even show their legs coming up when they're doing their freestyle, and that's not good. Okay, even when I don't kick, I normally do a form of freestyle where the kick is very minimal. I only kick in the little gaps between my stroke. Even then, my legs are still always at the top of the water. Okay, because that's really important for that streamlined position. Okay, streamline is not just your arms, by the way, it's your whole body. You need to be straight in the water to move efficiently. Okay, remember, you are not flying through the water, you are pulling through the water. You are pulling yourself through the water. Okay, that's why it's hard. Flying is not very hard, you just have to flap your wings. Obviously, we can't fly, but you get the idea. Even in flying, birds will use streamlined positions to get through the air. Okay? So that's why it's really important to learn. Okay? Because you need to learn how to get through the water, move through the water, understand the water. But I don't want to waste any more of your time. Please practice these things. If you do, it's going to be so much easier. Practice a good backstroke. If you get a good backstroke, it's so interchangeable. A lot of people, like myself, and a lot of people in the industry, will find that as a child or any student's backstroke, okay, I say child because I come from a squad perspective, right? But even then, even in when I teach adults, okay, beginner adults, I'm saying, a lot of people, myself included, find that teaching the backstroke first always makes it easier when they eventually get to their freestyle. Okay, I hope this video helped. Okay, good luck with all these things. Take it one time at a session. Floating is very easy. It only takes around 5 minutes. If you can get it, maybe it'll take longer. Do it as long as you need. Okay, and all these other things. Backstroke might take a while. The streamline should only take you 5 minutes. Okay, and the kicking, yeah, they'll take some effort in. You will have to do quite a few laps on the kicking to really get a good feel of it. But as long as you can feel your thighs in it and you're getting nice deep into the water, not too deep, and you're not coming up too much with the legs, you'll be fine. You'll be sweet. Anyhow, as I always say, if you have any questions, put it in the comments or email me. Okay, leave my email in the description like every video. And you can email me videos of you swimming. You can email me any questions, anything you like. I'll respond. I'll help you out. Okay, I'm here to help you guys out. So don't be afraid to ask. Have fun swimming. Keep practicing. You're going to be great one day. I can tell you that much. Have a good one.